The infinite mind sleeps and is awakened over and over again. Life begins and ends. The truth of the stars is that they are not far as we hold the keys to its mysteries. When we sleep, while we sleep, the moon beams an everlasting life stream. We awaken to the beauty of healing and cell regeneration. The cells are the mysterious answer to life's existence. It is a multitude of healing beams that have an innate working and understanding of how to take care of our bodies. Could it be that each cell in our body represents something far greater than we ever imagined? If we could communicate with each individual cell, what would it say about our bodies? What would it suggest that we do to increase living? It would tell us to drink plenty of water and to strive to eat lots of alkalinic foods. Cells unfold deep mysteries, especially the cells of the brain. The cells of the brain have a different function that transcends far beyond the physical. Somehow these powerful cells are attuned with energies and dimensional spaces we can't see. The cells in our bodies have a way of communicating danger before it happens. These messages may appear through dreams. Together in harmony, the cells work, even while we are dreaming, to feel, sense, and touch within our dream state. We sweat, we toss, we turn, all the while the divine spirit is delivering an important message to the soul. Our cells have a divine connection to our soul. As the mystery unfolds, many stories are told through paranormal dreamscapes. When hairs are raised on our skin, or for example, our pet's coat, and you notice the room is cold, that is your cells telling you that something isn't right. When the body is in harmony with the spiritual mind, it will communicate things like a gut feeling to prevent you from getting into a car, deterring you from going to a particular party, or warning you not to take a walk down the street at a certain time. The mystery deepens with children who are more attuned with the paranormal, as they are fresh from the other side of the veil. They may experience hypersensory elements that we as adults could not fathom, simply because we have told ourselves to stop believing in the impossible. What we are reconciling with now is understanding that our cells will obey our commands, desires, and fears if we direct them to do so. Our cells get used to habits such as exercise, eating, sleeping, laughing, eating the same foods at certain times, etc. This is important as our bodies will communicate when something feels off. Your heart may flutter, you may experience sharp pains, or you feel like you are losing your hearing in one ear. These are the cells working overtime to try to repair and resolve the current problem that is happening with your body and your surroundings. It's the body's way of warning you before danger happens. What is even more amazing is when a person has nearly lost their life and how the cells worked in harmony to stabilize their condition. There is a divine knowing and leadership that even cells must fall at the command to. When it is your time to recover from physical or mental trauma, you will recover. If it is your time to transition, then your cells must obey the cadence of your body, in addition to a subtle command from the divine spirit. Each and every cell holds a particular memory that spans lifetime after lifetime. Our cells are the mediators and unifiers of our past, present, and future. Water in our spiritual cell. Operation. Water plays an essential role in how cells survive, thrive, and transmit communication. Water serves as an electrical conduit within that miraculously fires our electrical impulses and command centers throughout our body. Water is also a conduit for spirits to communicate. It is an energy grid that unifies different dimensional bodies and can work as a time portal. When we dream, and being that our bodies are designed with water and electricity, this opens up a gateway into other realms. Specifically, when our mind goes into sleep mode, our cells are communicating in ways to protect your vessel as you receive spiritual downloads. Particles of the invisible realm. Many wise scholars have explored philosophies on what the spirit and soul are and how it interacts with our physical plane. There is a higher intelligence that governs these aspects of our existence in a way that just can't be explained with science. In death, many people have accepted that only life continues in another form, in a new higher consciousness. We have been programmed to believe that once the physical body dies, so does all aspects of that human being. Energy is compressed and compacted into subatomic particles that can't be seen or fathomed with the naked eye. This means that there are infinite splices of you and I that are made up in an endless ray of energy that connects us to our past, present, and future lives. This is the energy that never dies, but may lay dormant in an existing life in which you feel connected to a certain culture, town, or hobby. Our energy is so expansive that a certain experience that we had can become stored in the walls of a home or perhaps inside of a vehicle we owned. Depending upon the trauma that may have occurred in a particular location, our energy may still be there, calling out for help out the situation. A sensitive person would be able to pick up on the energy of a home if there was sadness and despair that resided within its walls. This is why it is important to cleanse your new home or apartment before moving in it. Our cells have a fascinating relationship with nature that can help guide us from a dangerous situation. When our bodies can detect changes that occur within the earth, that is a direct correlation to the wisdom our cells share with the infinite mind. One such example is understanding storms and how they may show up in our lives to teach us a lesson. When weather storms come in our lives, it may be a greater calling to begin healing and cleansing things that no longer serve you. Storms can play an intricate role in our lives, depending upon the level of storms that are occurring. Within the storm clouds, there is residual pain that is engulfed within this energy grid. The storm is used to help cleanse the environment of spiritual waste and matter that linger heavily upon the minds of the living. Understanding storm clouds goes deeper than just healing. Storm clouds are known for creating portals and carrying messages to other sides of the world. When storm clouds arise, this means there are opportunities to understand time travel and the mysteries that lie deep within the clouds. How do our cells interact with portals? This is an answer that isn't easy to explain because there are so many answers. Beyond the clouds, there are beings that exist that help protect our planet in many ways. These beings have the advanced knowledge of time travel, interacting with the living through dreams and visions, and speak directly into our higher consciousness when we feel lost. Our cells remember this communion with what I will refer to as beings of light. Light is a form of travel, and it is within this stream that we can gain clarity on complex situations. Serious thunderstorms can hold energy, your energy without you being aware of it. This is why it is important to release trauma and to practice meditation and forgiveness so that a part of your energy is not stuck in the past. However, the soul can also get stuck in the time travel plane for days, weeks, and even decades, depending upon the trauma that took place during a horrific weather phenomenon. If your soul was traumatized in Kansas, for example, during a serious thunderstorm and you moved to Colorado soon after, a piece of your soul may be trapped in Kansas for a period of time until you release yourself. Your cells will know if your soul is trapped based on recurring nightmares you may experience in relationship to the storm and what happened. You in the present must return back to Kansas through a dream state and tell your cells that you need to be released from the trauma. Once you give yourself permission to be set free on the subconscious level, your body will respond to its request. The evil eye and safe guarding the life of the cell. The evil eye has been long discussed by many religious and spiritual believers. Every religious sector speaks about the evil eye. The true question is, why are the eyes the windows of the soul? What is it about the eyes that can break the spirit of a strong person down to the ground? What inside the eyes disables the might of another person? Within our intricate makeup as humans, we are not only composed of water, but within our vessels we are also made of carbon. We are partially composed of carbon, which is our divine lifeline to the cosmic star. Our hearts require electrical pulses to signal throughout our bodies. Our nervous system is made up of internal pulses that send electrical currents that communicate with our cell network. Within each person's eyes holds a gateway, a portal that can transmit energy at a higher concentration, more than any other part of the vessel. The power of the eyes holds the ability to visualize and to manifest, either good or bad. The universe only responds to what we believe subconsciously, and our cells follow suit. Within the eyes, you can see light within a person's aura or the darkness. Our eyes are made up of a magnitude of cells. These particular cells are different as they serve as a gateway into other dimensional realms. This power can be used for good or bad. Our eyes are like laser beams and can burn thoughts towards another with such intensity that it can cause them harm. This is another reason it is important to safeguard our imagination, for this is the beginning progress of materializing one's deepest desires. If a person has bad thoughts or ideas about you and they are constantly imagining harm to come your way or wishing bad thoughts, this is when it is very important to protect yourself against people that aim to hurt you with their evil stares and glares. For example, if you just bought a car and it was working perfectly, and suddenly someone who was not happy for you came around your car and the check engine light came on. This is one example and based on an actual true story. You also know if someone is giving you the evil eye if you catch them staring at you in a wicked sort of daze and they have their eyes locked onto you. Their internal water and fire system plus a dark imagination can stain or tarnish your project. More insidiously, it can impact the way you feel about yourself. Let us talk more about this part of the evil eye, as this truly hurts people in ways they are not aware. Telling people your dreams, hopes, and plans can be a recipe for disaster if the evil-eyed individual has hoped for your demise. It gets deeper than a person just harboring dark fantasies about your destruction. There are many people that swear they are holy and righteous, but when they pray, they are preying on other innocent people. They may pray prayers asking God to protect them from certain types of people, yet these prayers are truly harmful and hurt other people. The power of the human mind has been grossly underestimated. When people gather together in one thought, one form, and one likeness, they can either move a mountain or break it into destructive pieces. This is why toxic family and relationships can cause so much damage to individuals if people do not heal from their trauma. The evil eye can be devastating to a person who is unaware of the evil eye and the negative energy that impacts their aura field. Have you ever surrounded yourself by one really negative person and found that you were taking on their assumptions, attitudes, and ways of thinking? This energy can physically cause harm to another person. Toxic energy can cause people to doubt themselves, seclude themselves, and or engage in behaviors that can lead a person to their own demise. Understanding oneself and the boundaries that must be set in place will help safeguard people from being impacted by another person's evil eyes. The voice and your power. We have the power to co-create our reality by the thoughts we believe about ourselves and our natural world. Through visualization and speaking what resonates in your spirit, You can wave your magical word want, and anything can become possible. This act is true for both good and bad intentions. The universe responds to what we energetically believe and will create mathematical equations to honor what we are manifesting. When we speak, we are creating new thought patterns, new materializations, and ways to co-create our current universe and existence. If we speak negatively all the time, we will see negative results. Our cells are responding to universal law and recognize voice commands with intentionality. If we think that we are sick and going to die soon, our cells will respond to our command, and our bodies will find a way to break down, or we will do something destructive to cause it to break down, just as we conspired against ourselves. We are walking unconscious in so many ways, including not realizing that each word we say and write is indeed a spell. The word spell has been woven into early childhood education without actually explaining its power and significance. Children should be taught at an early age the significance that words play in how we manifest what we want. If we create a new civilization that acknowledges how we are co-creators of our lives, the world would look a whole differently. The tongue plays part in helping to formulate the new material world we are seeking. It is the wetness within our tongue and heightened sensitivity to taste that interacts with our brain chemistry that can create the world we desire. Just as we speak, so shall it be. Speaking in tongues is very similar to adding fuel to a machine that needs to produce materials. When you tap into your soul's language, it may bring forth dense transformative energy that was held in another lifetime, just waiting to be activated. Our cells have a way of being able to co-create new life within us, just by the words we speak in our belief system. The tongue can also lead to harm and keep people in a tormented state. Our minds record everything, even things we are not conscious of. This is why we must practice mindfulness so that we do not help cause the rippling effects of negative energy through thoughtless words and actions. There are many other parts of our body that work intimately with our cells to help us on our soul journey. We are walking portals and have the capacity to transform our experiences based on our belief system. As we grow to learn more about our amazing bodies and how to respect ourselves, we can rest assured that the living cells within us that work to defend our lives every second, every minute, and every hour of our existence beyond human comprehension. This means that our cells are being led by higher consciousness that defies logic and science. We must surrender to the unknown in order to grow out of stagnation and rigid ways of thinking. When life begins in the universe or in the soil, it is undiscoverable and hidden. The growth takes place in darkness, in a space where the impossible becomes the root of new existence. We can rest assured that our cells within our bodies are not just here with us on the physical level, but our cells travel with us lifetime after lifetime. They know us better than we know ourselves. Our cells are also aware of our medical history in our blood that is stored inside of our DNA. In the end, respect that our lives serve a greater purpose. All we need to do is tap into the frequency of love and let our cells connect to this energy and see what new exciting chapters enter into your life.